up.
Let's
Bolts
go.
up.
Got that.
Chargers win
Got that.
27-17 versus the Titans. Now we are 6-3, guys. Got to be hyped about that. Let's go.
Amazing.
Let's go. I don't have my soundboard, but
Here you go.
There it is right
There you
there. Hey. Let's go. Big win, though, guys.
I love it.
It got me a little nervous in the first half, but they had us at the first half. I'm not going to lie.
I'm not gonna lie. Yep.
Yeah, we're looking playoff bound. Exactly right, Edward. I'll tell you right now. I mean, Chargers are good. We're gonna review the upcoming schedule, kind of review the game. We got some plenty of photos we're gonna go through.
Mm-hmm.
Again, guys, as always, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel.
No doubt.
You ready to get into it?
Let's get into it, boys.
Let's get into it.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Woo-wee.
Oh, I got to tee up the right thing here.
That was fantastic.
Ask me that
I
up.
was literally about to end the stream.
I was
right
going to
now.
end the
I was
stream.
like,
Oh, boy.
I might hit the wrong
False
button.
start. Andrew, take him off the board. Yeah,
He's a buster.
he's a buster. All right, now take two. Let's get it going.
Let's go.
What's up, Herbert here, man? You watching the Boat Bros podcast. Stay tuned.
Charter blue dreams, stadium lights gleam. Boat Bros on the beat, lead stream. Chargers rocking speeds, Sonic supreme. From the podcast to the field, we're a team. Charged up, Boat Bros on the night. LA Thunder in electric delight. Bullets in the battle, sparking bright. Charged up, ride the lightning, feel the fright.
Yeah, nothing to see here, guys. Nothing to see here. Just a little mild stroke. Just a little mild stroke.
Hey, let me check your pulse. Let me check your
Yeah.
pulse.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Your blood pressure is a little low. Yeah.
It's all the good food we had at the Charger house
Yeah.
watching the game, dude. It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
We had crepes. We had chicken pot pie. We got
Crepes.
lasagna still cooking.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh, it's going to be good.
I'm surprised you guys are awake, dude. I would have been like, just sitting on the couch.
Hey, we're bolted up, dude. We had some blue chews also at halftime. No big deal.
Oh, boy. Wowzers.
Yeah.
Lot to talk about, guys, but we got the dub.
That's why I got my legs crossed right now, so y'all wouldn't be able to
That's
see a little.
see half mast.
Uh-huh,
Okay, here we go.
That's right.
So I kind of wanted to review the upcoming games, though, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is where we get kind of tough, right?
Yep.
Bengals should be a winnable game, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, yeah, they're
scrappy
struggling right
team.
now. They're desperate for a win right now.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, you're going to be at the game, too, by
I'm
the
going
way.
to go to that game for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to be there.
So Kyle will be there. James and I will be at the Ravens game. We're going to be at the
Yes, sir.
Harbaugh Bowl.
Yes, sir.
Harbaugh
So-
Bowl. Let's go.
So the next two games, Bolt Bros will be in attendance to some degree at least.
Yeah.
Then we play the Falcons. It's going to get tough. I mean, Ravens going to be tough. Okay.
Yep.
Falcons going to be tough. Chiefs are going to be tough. I mean, guys, talk about squeaking out a win. It's aggravating.
That was ridiculous. Like I said, it was like Taylor Swift magic that made that happen, dude. It was like,
Yeah,
what
for
is
reals,
going
right?
on here? So
For reals.
ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely no right. Then the Bucks, we'll see where we're at there. I mean, because the Bucks, what are they, 4-6 or something like that right now?
Yeah.
Scrappy team, though.
Scrappy team.
Scrappy, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, definitely.
Scrappy team. Then the Broncos, hey,
Mm-hmm.
they played the Chiefs to the wire, and then we finish off on 2 winnable games, which is kind of good for us, right? So
Yep.
worst case scenario, let's say we split these last few games. We should be good moving into, hopefully playoff contention, right? A playoff spot, right? So I think that's exciting to see.
Ultimately, the goal is to win get 4 wins. With the games that are left over, get 4 wins.
Yep.
10-7
Yep.
will get you in the playoffs at this point, in my opinion.
Yep.
It would be awesome to be able to get 11 wins. I mean, it could happen, but the next games are tough. I mean, the next 4 or 5 games could definitely be very difficult all around. So I'm pretty excited about the season ahead of us, man. And a lot of confidence. I have a lot of confidence in this team right now. It seems like, once again, we've talked about it a lot. the plane is ascending, and the plane is only getting higher and higher and higher for this team. And I think if we have a couple of those staple wins with those games ahead, let's say we win the Harbaugh Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, that's big. I mean, obviously the Bengals, I mean, you could kind of say that's a big win, but it's a game that kind of is that accelerating game into the bigger part of the schedule. So I think we could have some really good staple wins in the next 4 or 5 games for sure.
Yep.
That like
100%.
solidify us as a team. So
these games, last couple of games have been amazing for the Chargers' confidence and momentum building right now. You know, so this is huge. Yeah, like I mean, they're very winnable games, and we all know that they're easier games. But those types of games are important to get. You know, like I mean, hey, you know how it is. But we got through a bunch of hood rats. Now we gotta go to we gotta take a step up now. You know, and look and find the club rats. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
that's right.
Club rats.
Why no?
Wow, we can talk about club rats, hood rats. What are you talking about, man?
Yeah, which one? I don't know if there's any difference between those. I don't really know, man.
What are you talking about? I don't even get that. Help me understand that in the chat. I mean,
hey,
decipher.
It's all right.
I don't even know what he's saying. I don't even know what he's saying.
The show's gone off the rails right from the get-go, dude. Like, what's going on here?
Guys? That's all it is.
Yeah, Jason, I got this flag from a booth at Thunder Rally. I think it was 2 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
When we were starting our podcast. And I believe it was police officers, fire, fire department, and just service folks, right? So that was kind of the flag. And they only had one flag left. And they said, oh, I look at your podcast, cannot remember the name of the person that gave it to me. And I hung it up, for people who do or do not know this, but our parents or our dad served in the Army. He's a veteran of Vietnam. So it's important that, we represent our local support, keeping us all safe. And so that's partially why I keep the flag up. So,
but it's also Chargers.
Also, yeah, it's got the bolt. It's got the bolt
there though. So yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you for the comment. Yeah, I appreciate that. And Miguel's got an interesting question here. How high is our confidence going into the playoffs? I mean, right now, high. I mean, statistics.
I say from 6 to midnight, baby.
Well, as long as we stay healthy, right? That's a big part of it. So,
I mean, and the bigger thing is, though, too, is we still got games ahead. I mean, and it's the stronger part of our schedule ahead at this point. And, I mean, once again, the goal is to get to 4 wins. You get to 5, you'll be in a better position for the playoffs, in my opinion. So,
well, one thing I will point out is, look at this. We're scoring in the second half of the games.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So we're making some nice adjustments as the game is progressing, which is huge. We were struggling at the beginning of the season. And the defense looked good, guys. I mean, the defense looked good through the entire game, right? And then there's 7 points at the end here in the fourth quarter. It was kind of junk.
Yeah.
Last week, it was almost the exact same time, 40-some seconds left on the clock.
Yeah.
Right.
So, pretty interesting.
I will say one part, though. That was the first touchdown that we gave up in the first quarter since week 1 versus the Raiders.
Oh, that's right. That's right. They did say that. Yes.
Yeah. And I'll say this, though, we scored in the second half. That's a goal that we need to do. We need to get better in that side of things, and we're starting to do that a lot more. Now, I kind of felt like the defense was kind of casual through the first half. I felt like there was a fair amount of missed tackles throughout. They didn't seem like they have a really physical nature to and aggressiveness to their defense. But the second half, they woke up and they're like, all right, guys, let's get it ready and let's go out there and dominate this game. And it's almost like they paced themselves a little bit, like, hey, just keep into the game. Second half, we'll dominate them, and then just pretty much ended at that point. So
yeah, and we look good the second half now. I mean, it's exciting. It's exciting to see, Greg Roman make some adjustments, and we did well. Herbert's running the ball also, and again, only 18 attempts, which is kind of crazy. And by the way, he still hasn't thrown an interception in 220.
Yeah, now 225.
220, something like that.
Think,
yeah,
right. Yeah.
Yeah, did he break the record? I don't think he broke the record because I think he has basically the record for the Chargers.
Yeah. 233 is the record.
Yeah,
for interceptions, for consecutive throws without an interception. So, Will Levis got beat up. He was just getting beat up like a punching bag. I mean, for reals. Tajay Spears looked pretty good. Gus Edwards looked good, guys. I mean, it's exciting. I mean, and clearly his ankle was struggling, right? He was having some hard struggles with the ankle. But hey, look at this again. Total yards, almost exactly the same.
Crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Passing yards, almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
Rushing yards, almost exactly the same.
Dang.
Yards per play, almost exactly the same.
Mm-hmm.
And this game wasn't even close. But again, first downs, 24, third down efficiency. You know, we can still improve in that.
That's very strange to say that it wasn't even close, but it was like statistically, it was very close. But
yeah,
we just dominated.
Yeah.
The sacks was huge, though.
That was. Can you get the pen out for this? The crayon?
No, I can't.
You can't for this.
No crayon.
No
crowns.
Yeah.
No crowns.
Crowns.
No crowns.
The big thing is, though, there was 7 sacks this week. Basically, there was no sacks that we gave up this week. We definitely had some adjustments at the O-line that made things happen. I'll say this. Slides that we're going to pretty much show, there's a lot of things that have to do with Justin Herbert using his feet and just looking really, really healthy out there. So it's great to see. And there was a lot of adjustments on the O-line, too, which we'll chat about a little bit later on, too.
Yeah. Time of possession was almost even, which I thought was interesting as well, too. So, really, really interesting. I was looking at it going like, wow, that's pretty nuts. Gus Edwards, though, look at this.
Yeah.
You got to love it, right?
You know, it's nice to see a balanced rushing attack. And, you know, I was watching the Washington Commanders game, right? Austin Eckler's out there, and he's splitting carries with I can't remember the other guy's name.
Is it Brian Robinson?
No, he wasn't out there with somebody else, I think. I'm just drawing a blank on his name. Anyways, but it's in the NFL, I think it's nice to have 2 running backs that are going to get carries, right?
Yep.
At least take a little bit of the carries, right? Because it's a tough sport. You know, I think gone are the days you get a guy that's going to run 25 times. You just can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so but look at this. Justin Herbert, 9 rushes for 32 yards. That's amazing. And a rushing touchdown.
It's kind of a dangerous stat though, too, because the reason why he had those rushes is because he got flushed out of the pocket.
Sure.
You know, and like they penetrated and stuff, and so he's like, oh nope, I gotta go. So yeah, so he just used his leg and stuff. So
he said penetrated.
I did. I sure did. You know, so, but it's a good. In. Obviously, he.
Yeah. Oh, the
Bluetooth's kicking in. Hey,
what you doing?
Hey, why are you looking? hey,
watch it.
The camera's right there, buddy. Yeah, the camera's right there.
Camera's up there. Eyes up there. Eyes here.
Blue chews up. Blue chews up. He's all blue chewed up, dude. I'll tell you what. But no, I mean, but a good balanced attack nonetheless, dude. And I'll tell you, man, Herbert's playing with a chip on his shoulders, guys. Yeah. I mean, I feel like that dog is just waking up, you know, and man, sky's the limit, you know, and I think he's really good when he flushes and runs out of the pocket, you know, because those are easy yards for him to get. They're not hard. And so, you know, but just don't take those hits, guys, right? That's where I get a little nervous, right?
Yep. So, well, and the one thing, too, there was even designed runs for Justin Herbert, too. Also, with some of those runs, too, I think it was a great way to combat the Titans having the #1 pass defense in the league, too, which you actually show. We didn't actually it's not like Justin Herbert lit them up by any means through the air, and their pass defense is actually very legit. We talked about that in the pregame show, that maybe we're not going to have that much of throwing yards. Maybe we're really going to have to pace a lot more with the run game. Maybe we're going to have to use Justin Herbert's legs a little bit more. And there was a lot of things I really enjoyed seeing that. I think that Greg Roman kind of integrated to understand how you could attack a team that has a strength in one side and basically find a way to produce still and make the offense still work with another route. So it's not just going to be square peg, round hole. I'm going to keep throwing the ball, doing everything I do with every single week the same exact way. Strategize and find the weaknesses and attack the weaknesses and find the way to get the win.
Yeah, and I don't know if DJ Chark was even out there. I don't know if he suited up or not.
I didn't see him. Yeah.
So, again, he was there for the pregame warm-up, which I thought was really interesting. And, again, we were all excited that he was going to be out there.
I see.
And so just not sure what the situation – Let's
see if I can pull up the
part game. Of the argument, too, is, like, did we really need him for the game? It would have been nice to have him, but at the end of the day, you know, we got Ladd. We got a full complement.
Well, it's interesting, though, too. I mean, to kind of piggyback off that a little bit, is that Khalil Mack was suited up, even though he didn't play at all either. So
he did. He played early in the game. I saw a couple snaps, and then he got pulled out from there. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, they probably sat back and said, okay, you know, all right, we're good. And Thule was balling, guys. And we'll talk more about that, of course.
Yeah.
Dude, he looked amazing. And look at Dayon.
Look at
Dayon, guys. Yo, Are you kidding me, guys? Look, he's already leading the team in tackles, and he got 10 tackles
and a
game.
sack. I thought it was going to be a half sack, unless he had 2 full half sacks to give him a full. I don't know.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's great.
Elijah Molden, but look at Bud Dupree, 2 sacks. Tuli Tuput. Oh my gosh, I can't even talk all of a sudden. Yeah, 2 sacks, bruh. Cam Hart. I mean, come on, dude. Like, and look at Puna, man. Still looking, dude.
Yep. Joey got his sack on too, man. It's great to see, man. Like this defense, like I said, the first half I felt they were very like stagnant, kind of not really trying to figure out what to do, not putting tons of effort in the game. And then all of a sudden, the second half, they just exploded. I mean, we currently have we're number 1 in the league now in sacks in the last 2 weeks. I think we have 13 sacks in the last 2 games total. That's ridiculous. Wow. That is ridiculous.
So nuts, dude.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
Amazing. I didn't even realize that. I mean, again, you could also make arguments. It's the Titans, blah, blah, blah. Yep. I get that, right? But here's the thing, dude. This game wasn't even, it wasn't really close after like the third quarter, of course. But yeah. I think my thing is this, is at this point, it's a good stepping stone to where we need to be. Again, give Mac a little rest. Joey Bosa's coming back. And we're seeing Bud Dupree and Tuli. That's 4 sacks out of our edge rushers at this point, guys, right? So, I'm just saying the defense is playing well.
Yep.
The offense is getting better too. And I think a large part of that's Justin Herbert rushing the pocket, or rushing outside the pocket, making those defenses actually respect the RPO plays that we are running. But it's just exciting to see. So.
Well, and the one thing that was interesting about this game too, and when I was talking about one thing that the Chargers need to do is find a way to get turnovers. And really, to be honest, the Titans didn't really give up the ball. They actually played very, very efficiently throughout. I mean, it could have been winning football. I mean, to say that Herbert fumble that ended up getting turned over too, which was basically a scoop and score at that point, that could have been an absolute shift in the game for this team. But we kind of played a little sloppy, in my opinion, in a lot of ways. But we do a great job of being a fourth quarter base type team, a team that could just kind of be at the end and find a way to win in the end. You don't win the game in first, second, and third quarter. You win in the fourth quarter, right?
Yep.
And we basically found a way to lock them down late in the game.
Lock them down. Yeah, and it's just great to see this defense look great as well too, and the offense is looking good as well too. Right. So, and I'll say this one thing too, Jalen Reagor. I'm excited to see him and where he can go moving forward too, right? Yep. Again, I kind of feel like he's had a bad rap, right? But again, look at how much better Quentin Johnston is playing, right? Mm-hmm. Now that he's playing with Sanjay Lal and actually have adults in the room to coach this team. You're going to see a benefit of Jalen Reagor. By the way, how about that one-handed catch he had? Herbert threw that ball. He caught it with one hand, literally tucked it, and ran. It was like not a very long. I mean, I think he got like 2 yards or whatever. But
yeah.
I mean, I was just like, "Yo, dude, that's crazy." I mean, so the kid's got skills. He just needs to be worked within a system that makes sense for him. Is what I'm getting at. So
yeah, it's a good addition to have another speedy type guy and a guy that can be a gimmick type player too. I mean, they kind of make him a little bit of like a Darius Davis kind of situation for us. Another one of those type of guys too. Now I'll say too, there were 2 touchdowns that essentially were dropped. Will Dissly with the one in the end zone, and Will Dissly in the end zone dropping that one pass.
Oh yeah,
that was kind of sucks. And then Hayden Hurst with that one could have been a touchdown.
Yep.
Possibly could have just been a couple yards gain, but he took his eye off the ball and he was just thinking touchdown the whole time. So, but Justin Herbert could have had 3 touchdowns in this game, in my opinion.
He could have. He could have. That's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, because that Dissly drop was huge. Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, man, like it's crazy, dude. Like it's one of those interesting situations where it's like, oh my gosh. And by the way, Elijah Molden, what an amazing signing for the Chargers as well, dude. Right. I mean, you just cannot say enough about that for sure. So,
cannot,
guys, it's amazing. It's amazing. I mean, I'm just blown away. So,
and I mean, once again, to your point, we got adults in the room for once. We got basically a coaching staff that actually knows how to coach, and that's just the one thing that's an amazing thing to see. Not like much difference between the players. Not too much difference between players than we had last year to now.
We don't have the board.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. But all the way around, it's great to be able to see a team that's actually making things happen, a coaching staff that knows what the heck they're doing. And hey, man, we're 6-3. You know, the goal is to get to 4 more wins at this point, guys. And I'm excited to be able to see these next couple games. I mean, Kyle's going to be at the Bengals game next week, Sunday Night Football. That's amazing. Andrew and I will be at the Harbaugh Bowl. I think Boltsis might be with us too. So it's going to be big. Monday Night Football to back-to-back primetime games for the next 2 weeks. I love that.
Hey, man, people want to see the Chargers, dude. They supercharging right now, baby. What's up?
Charging up, baby.
We need a sound effect. Okay.
That's the only one that we seem to have.
I'll just keep hitting that one.
That one sound effect. Yeah.
That's all I got. The other ones kind of suck, dude. Like, what would you
imagine?
Drum. That doesn't make sense.
Somebody with headphones on is like, ah!
There you go.
Right. I don't know what that's saying. I don't know.
All right, we'll show some slides, James. Let's see some slides.
Let's get some slides here. All right, here we go. So, once again, guys, appreciate all the service members out there too. I was pretty hyped about their sideline uniforms too, with the white camo type situation.
Yeah, pretty cool looking. I thought that was cool as well.
I loved them. I was kind of looking online trying to see if I could buy a jersey, and I mean like $180 for a jersey, and I'm like, oof. I'll wait till they get on.
Hey,
let's see if they get a discount.
What's going on with that, dude?
What's that discount, dude?
See if
what did that discount code at, dude?
We can see if like PJ Sports Merch can get us those jerseys or something like that.
Okay,
that would be dope. Yeah, that would be dope.
Or maybe some other connections I got. Maybe J Rock can.
Oh, J Rock will hook us up.
Yeah,
that'd be dope. That'd be dope. But once again, guys, thank you to all the service members out there that do protect this country, protect our freedoms, and everything you do, and the sacrifice you guys bring to your personal lives to protect our country. So we appreciate that too. It's cool to be able to see a lot of service members at the game. It was actually kind of cool. Even a lot in the Facebook chat groups. There was a fair amount of people that weren't able to get to this game and they had tickets, and they were like, hey, we want to give my tickets to service members. So I'm just going to give them to you free so you could be at the game kind of thing, which was really cool to see. So
very cool.
Chargers fans are staying classy, dude. So, gotta love to see it. Gotta love to see it, man. But big thing too.
Yeah, that's the other room.
Yeah, I mean, I wish it was that way, but you know what? I'm always the big spoon though. So you just yeah.
Bunk beds, who's got bunk beds?
Interesting. By the way, interesting conversation in the U.S. Marine Corps. So next year, I also heard a rumor that Donald Trump is going to have a full year of celebrations for the 250th anniversary of America. It's going to be pretty amazing. I just heard about it recently. So actually, you know what? I'll find the link. I'll put it in the chat. So you guys, can take a look at it. He announced it even a year before he was obviously just reelected, but it's an idea. So pretty cool little thing. I'll pop it in the chat for you guys to look at.
Cue the Team America theme song right now.
Oh, America! Yeah. By the way, it's still the best theme song ever.
Yeah, it's so good.
By the way, if you've not seen Team America World Police, it is literally one of the best movies you can ever see your entire life, dude. Yeah. Oh my God!
If that song doesn't get you hyped and patriotic, I don't know what will.
Right?
I don't know what
the
will.
Best part about that too, by the way, one last thought is remember when it was sad, it was the same song. They just sang it in a somber way.
Yeah.
That's the best part. I was like, oh my gosh, that's hilarious. They just sang it sadly. I'm like, oh my God, that is so amazing, dude. So funny, dude. Oh man.
Oh, it's so good. So good.
Yeah.
But to the game, I thought it was pretty cool to see Eric Weddle there. I was thinking about him the other week and just thinking like, man, I hope he's getting more involved with the team since Tom Telesco's gone now. And it was awesome to see Eric Weddle there. He's probably also there too because the Rams are also playing tomorrow, Monday Night Football. So maybe he's just going to hang out there. He's obviously coaching down at Rancho Bernardino, I think. Is that
Bernardino?
Bernardino? I don't know. There's two different cities with about the same type of name, but he is a head coach for a high school football team in San Diego. And his son is also playing on that team too. So there's going to be a Weddle coming up through the rankings. So really cool to see Eric Weddle once again back with the Chargers fold and getting hyped on the sidelines. You got to love to see that.
So amazing. And honestly, what a stud muffin. What an absolute stud muffin. An amazing safety, incredible, and was just, again, was treated poorly by the Chargers organization. Had nothing to do with the Spanos family or anybody like that. It was McCoy, dude. He was a total douche nozzle, right? And he treated him like crap, right? And again, it's just so exciting to have adults in the room. They're going to treat players fairly. They understand what's going on. And you know what? We can bring people back. Another guy I would say is Anthony Miller. You know what? I should message Anthony Miller right now and say, hey, buddy, you know, I'm curious how he's reacting with the new regime.
I think Jorge has the right idea. Is this like, check it out. Hey, let me kind of position myself. Ha.
Oh, hey, there we go. There you go. He looks just like him.
Hey, I'm the lookalike for Eric Weddle. You know, we can do meet and greets, whatever we want. But say it's Eric Weddle. I'll wear my Weddle jersey. You know,
I like that.
Dude, so good. So good. And actually, just to go back to the Anthony Miller thing, I saw him at a meet and greet before a game, too, for a Chargers
game. He was.
He was getting a little bit more involved with the team around. So, obviously, Anthony Miller is one of our buds here, and we'd love to be able to see him develop more and potentially even get into the Chargers Hall of Fame, man. He's straight ball.
Anything we could do, man. We would love to see him in the Chargers Ring of Fame for sure, man. Yeah, he was a baller, man. And he was before the combine time, so he was a very fast guy. Like he would have been able to cook so many of these players and stuff like that, you know. So he was good, man. Like, and he deserves to be up there. Yeah,
that's so good. Jorge just called you the Timu Eric Weddle, by the way.
Yeah, we have an Eric Weddle at home.
Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah. I'm the Timu version of Eric Weddle.
You are the Timu version. Wow,
so good. So good.
Exactly. That's so funny.
I dig it.
Oh, Timu, dude.
Yeah. So good,
awesome.
man. Yeah. So good. But you know our boy Herbert, man. We were chatting about him earlier. You know, it's awesome to watch him evolve as a quarterback. You know, I think it was really cool to see this. This is the run design to be able to let him run into the touchdown, get the touchdown. Technically he's got 2 touchdowns this game. He almost could have had 4, 3 passing, 1 rushing too. So, but it's awesome to see the evolving of Justin Herbert. I mean, once again, going back to the whole thing, there's adults in the room. We got coaches that know what the heck they're doing with this guy now. Like, finally getting the best out of Justin Herbert and making him even bigger as a player. I thought one thing that was pretty funny when he ran the ball and got that first down and he was laying on the ground and he like held out.
He was like this, I bet that was awesome. He's like on the ground like this.
So good, dude. I loved it. He looks
fired up, guys. Like he looks fired up. Like it's weird. Like I think he understands what this team is now. And I think, you know, you could argue that maybe in the back of his mind, he knew that this team wasn't really what it needed to be successful.
Yep.
Now he knows I actually have people around me. The defense is actually going to stop them. I just got to go out and do my job and play free. He looks like he's having fun out there. You know, he's smiling. He looks just infinitely more confident as well, which is, we love that, right? We love that.
Yep. Well, and the bigger thing, he just looks healthier all around. Mm-hmm. Like ankle looks good to go. Plantar fascia is not a problem by any means anymore. He's moving well out of the pocket. He's very, very aware as a pocket awareness, which is awesome to see. I mean, you just got to love to see it, man. You got to love to see it, man. And look, man, Herbert and Rivers, man, I'll die on this hill. Like, dude, I think Herbert is probably, if his trajectory keeps going, he's going to be one of the better Charger quarterbacks. And I hope Super Bowl winning quarterback too. And the first Super Bowl winning quarterback for this team. That would be a phenomenal thing to see.
At the end of the day, that's really the only barometer. Like, I mean,
big time.
We've had a lot of great quarterbacks in the Chargers, but like, you know, like none of them. I mean, honestly, like I would say Stan Humphries is actually still one of the best ones that we've ever had because he got us there.
Crazy.
So, yeah, man. But you know, his career had to end too fast, though. Too. That's all I know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it also takes a full team to win, right? You know, and BS wasn't incorrect when he said that, right? All 3 phases of the game. He didn't know how to coach all 3 phases of the game. He never understood what it took to coach all 3 phases of the game. Having said that, we also have an extremely large coaching staff now with the Chargers. The Chargers coaching staff is much bigger. Yep. And it's big. I mean, we're doing, we got a lot of coaches out there, and they're good coaches, right? They know what they're doing. So it's exciting to see.
Yep. Yeah. And going back to Herbert and his running ability, I thought it was funny where he straight shook and drived Kenneth Murray right here.
That was right there. Yeah.
Kenneth Murray's sitting right here, dude. Look at this guy.
He's on the ground
taking a nap. There it is.
Hey, draw like a fire behind him. Like he's like sitting
right here,
in a fireplace.
Oh, yeah.
Like he got cooked, dude. He got. Oh, okay, man. What you?
These are flames, bro.
It's lines for.
Oh, that's the speed right there. Oh, that's speed. Okay.
Speed,
baby.
of, yeah.
Let's go.
In the corner there, put a little fire,
like a little fireplace, because he's like he's like
right
next to the fireplace. He's on the ground. He's on the ground.
Put a little log here.
That's gonna be my pose for the calendar.
Oh man, that's like a fire pit, dude. I was thinking like a fire. Well, that's cool. All right,
that works, dude. He's chilling. He's roasting marshmallows.
It looks like he's cooking a pizza there.
He got cooked, dude. He got cooked. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Sorry, you got cooked. You got cooked.
That's crazy.
I think chilling. He's cooking some pizza right there, or something like that.
That is so funny, dude. Hey, but I'll tell you guys, like, again, it just goes to show you. Look, the team offensively is finally getting there. We'll talk more about that, but Foster Sorrell was out there as the right guard. I noticed. I think the entire time, which I thought was interesting. Pipkins was out. You have to wonder if they let Pipkins come back, they might rotate him out. But man, Foster looked pretty good as the right guard. I'd like to see what his actual PFF score stats were after that, but he looked pretty good out there. From what I could tell.
I thought for the most part. I mean, I saw Foster there for a bit, but then I saw Jamari there too. It seemed like, but it almost seemed like Jamari had more snaps than Foster. It seemed almost like situational, possible jumbo situations that they put in Foster in. Maybe it was kind of playing to the strengths of the player more or less. Maybe he's like, hey, look, jumbo situation, we feel Foster being a bigger body might work better than Jamari being kind of a stout kind of guy and shorter guy. So, yeah, I think it's interesting to see. Like, I had that same thoughts of, like, if Jamari's PFF looks phenomenal and he's marking really well, once again, we gave up no sacks in this game. That's the whole other thing. Like,
and Justin Simmons is no joke, dude.
Justin Simmons
is no joke. And I mean, that guy's a beast, dude. Like, you can say what you want to say about him, double team him, but man, it kept Herbert's jersey clean, dude. So, it's pretty awesome.
And that's the goal, man. Like, right here, gotta love to see Justin Herbert gives the ball to Bradley Bozeman, and he just spikes that thing. That's like a goal for the offensive lineman to have that feeling of spiking a ball in the end zone kind of thing. And you got to give them support. They did a good job this game, guys. They did a phenomenal job this game. O-line did well, and I mean, just to our point, like, what if they do shift things a little bit at right guard? Jamari or our guy at Foster Sorrell. Like, do they shift things around at this point of the year? I don't know.
Yeah, but again, it's also pass protection. It's also run blocking, right? 100%. The good news is, I'll say that it looks like that the run blocking looked good. It looked really good, but the pass protection looked really good as well too.
Yeah, it really did.
And I just felt like they did just enough to keep them off balance in the run and the pass. Just enough. It wasn't. I didn't feel flashy at all. No. Oh, actually, let's see if we have the next gen stats here as well too. I want to see if we have the passing. Dang, it's not up there. It's not up yet. Dang it.
By the way, we just got a super chat from Mighty for $1.99.
Hey,
thank you, Mighty. Really
what's up?
Mighty.
Let's go.
Hey.
And his question is, if Herb wins a ring, is he the GOAT quarterback for the Bolts? Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I think he can win multiple rings, dude. I actually think I think moving forward, I mean, I'm gonna jump out right now and say I think the next few years, Super Bowl is going to go through the AFC. It's going to be AFC West. It's going to be the Chiefs and the Chargers, man. I think that's going to be the teams. I think the team's just going to get better. We're still, as you guys have said a few times, and again, I've disagreed with, but I guess I'm disagreeing in a different way, right? We're still rebuilding this team as getting the Harbaugh full element. I'm saying we're a team that's competitive now, not a rebuild team like, dumping everybody, right? But once this team actually has everybody that Harbaugh wants, it's going to be ridiculous, man. It's going to be ridiculous.
100%. I mean, the thing about it is like Harbaugh has even said and I've thought we got him under contract for 5 years at this point. I want this to be his last destination as a head coach for
100%.
his career. I want him to be here for the next 10 years, maybe even 12 years. I want him to be able to develop this program and him to be able to be a guy that brings in a Super Bowl for the Chargers. I mean, what's even perfect about that as a story is that he was a quarterback for the Chargers. He also started his head coaching, career at University of San Diego too. It's like kind of bringing that element of San Diego Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers elements all throughout. I mean, it would just be an awesome situation to be able to have him here for the rest of his career. And he's even said that. He's like, I kind of hope this is my last destination,
Yeah, I think it will be. I don't think he wants to go anywhere. And the good news is, guys, he's got a staff that can do a lot of work around him. I mean, you see the way he sits on the sidelines. He loves being there.
Yeah,
he loves being with his boys, and he wants to have the best time. And anyways, I just think it's going to be amazing, right?
Yep, 100%.
Yep.
But throwing out there, and this is a stat that they showed on the broadcast, I thought it was really cool to see because once again, Justin Herbert's been cooking for the last couple of weeks, and this is just an interesting stat that they threw up. The 20-plus yard attempts this season, he's 12 for 25, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, with a passer rating of 133.8. That is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. And once again, Greg Roman, I think, is starting to get better idea of who we have with Justin Herbert and what he can do. And he's only going to get better from this point. I mean, if we're kind of at this point where we're starting to ascend at this point, let's hopefully we just keep that thing going so high to where this Chargers team becomes an absolute threat. And also on top of that, we've gotten more wins than last year already at this point of the year too, by the way. We had 5 wins last year. We have 6 wins already this year. The Harbaugh mentality, Harbaugh coaching ability to be able to turn things around so quickly. He's doing it again, guys. Like,
you know why? It's because of this.
That's right. That's right. It's
that's right.
The physicality. Yeah. Let's go.
That's right.
And again, but he's also playing basic football that it doesn't have to be overly complicated. I felt like a lot of times we overly complicated what we were doing on the field on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. We just kept it simple. Keep it simple, stupid, and everything will work out, right? So it's exciting to see for sure.
100%. You gotta love to see it, man.
Yeah,
that's right, dude. Yeah, look at that in emojis, dude.
Emoji
physicality, dude. Let's go.
That's funny.
Yeah, ready for a fight.
You gotta love seeing it, man. And once again, I took a picture of the game of the catch, of the replay of the Quentin Johnston catch, and it looks kind of cool. It's kind of fuzzy looking and a little bit fast.
Photography skills there, yeah.
I love it, but once again, look at who's actually covering him. Kenneth Murray Jr. Once again, pass play.
Well, see, that's just it. The Chargers had to have known. They're like, oh yeah, let's just exploit that. Okay, we know Kenneth Murray's there. All right, it's just like speed bump. Whenever we knew when he was at the Raiders, straight up him.
Run it, speed bump, dude. Now you get just throw the ball where Kenneth Murray Jr.'s at every single time. Yeah. You gotta love to see QJ get another touchdown. Somewhat of a kind of an over-the-shoulder-ish type catch. It was a little bit of an awkward catch, but it was great to be able to see another QJ catch. You gotta love to see that. Ladd McConkey got a couple good catches too. Only 2 catches, but I think he got 56 yards, I believe, this game. So gotta love to see it, man. But Francisco, I think it's actually a really good comment here below. He says,
a great one, yeah.
These past 3 weeks have felt very different. Something is brewing leading up to Baltimore and KC. How do you guys feel about it? Both the F brothers. Yeah,
these are the games right here. These are the ones that matter.
These are the tough ones. Yep.
Yeah, these are the games that really, to even Kyle's point, you even chatted about it. These are the games that kind of build up to basically the Bengals game. This builds up to the Ravens games. It builds up to the meat of this whole schedule and the strength of schedule ahead of us. This is a big part. You got to win these type of games. Once again, the goal is get 4 wins at this point to be able to get to the playoffs. You're pretty confident you should do that. Now, you do got to beat the Bengals, pretty much end their season at that point.
Yeah.
Ravens, that's kind of one of those potential tiebreaker type situation and seeding too. If you go out there and beat the Chiefs to kind of end their whole undefeated season, which, gosh, I thought the Broncos were going to do it. I mean, they're now 5-5. They're 5
and the Chargers should have beat them too. The Chargers look good, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
like they're a beatable team, guys. Like
yes.
let's not give the. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, they're undefeated. I get it, but they can beat them. They can beat them.
Yep, 100%. So, I mean, there is a lot of building up with this team, and it is an exciting thing for the Chargers fans to see. One thing I'll say, I don't feel like I've had heart palpitations the last couple of weeks, or for a lot of this week, this year, I should say. Like, it's been kind of like, hey, I feel confident in this team, and it's been a long time that you can really go into games feeling confident and see it on field playing confidently. Like, it's awesome to see, guys. It's very, very awesome to see. So it's definitely been changing quite a bit the last couple of weeks.
Yeah. And, you know, and again, eventually DJ will come back. Chark will be back at some point, right? You know, and it's again, it's just another weapon, another opportunity we have to go out there and make some plays. You know, it would just be nice to see us just continue to extend and get a little bit better right there. But this play right here was amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Yo, his ankles were so broke, dude.
Gone.
So broke.
Gone.
Oh, that was great. But
you
didn't get the picture of him doing a pump fake, though.
Oh, the pump fake was crazy, dude.
I kind of had a picture of it right from before, but it kind of wanted to show the difference of what a pump fake does. Like, with that pump fake, that allowed him to kind of like hesitate and get shook pretty much at that point. And that's something that I've been wanting to see from Justin Herbert for a while. I think it was in training camp that he started kind of utilizing a little bit more pump fakes. And I'm like, thank you. We've been needing that from Justin Herbert, because what it does is allows players to kind of flinch that little moment and allows you to be able to have a better lane to be able to run. And you go and look at Patrick Mahomes. You look at like Josh Allen. You look at a lot of these guys out there. They use pump fakes when they run the ball just to give that defender just a small little like hesitation, and it allows you to basically take advantage of that situation. And
here's
awesome to see.
Here's the funny picture of Herbert on the ground.
Yeah, I think the Chargers posted it. Yeah,
that's pretty good, dude. That is so good, dude. Yeah, like, it's so good. Oh my gosh, I love it. I was dying.
Oh, I love seeing that. It was so funny to see that. I was like, it kind of gave me shades a little bit of Phillip Rivers back in the days. I think it was during the playoffs.
Yep.
And he just got all hyped, and then like Keenan Allen was like, "Yeah, man, he did it. He did it. He like ran the ball for once," kind of thing.
Right.
That was such a cool thing to see, man. Dude, I love the attitude of what Justin Herbert's doing this year. I mean, I think Jim Harbaugh is really unlocking a lot of this out of Justin Herbert, and it's awesome to see, man. Awesome to see. Justin Lamar Bird. That's so funny.
Lamar Bird, nice. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
my gosh.
Great. But, you know, I was going to also say shout out to Darius Davis. You know, he set up basically a short field on that one return. What was it, 56 yards or something like that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That set up a short field. Now, reason why I'm going to say that's very, very big is because when we went over the stats with the Titans, they have a very, very bad red zone percentage. They're like one of the worst in the leagues of not allowing basically touchdowns in the league in red zone. I kept saying this is if we could get turnovers to be able to have shorter base fields, we're going to just light up that scoreboard. Now, we didn't have a ton of those. It was really only Darius Davis, but the one time we did get a shorter field on, say, an impact play like he had, we scored a touchdown. A lot of our other drives were longer base drives, ended up in field goals, so on and so forth. But when you shorten up the field, make it easier for your offense to basically punch it in, you can make it happen. Now, once again, I will say, I already chatted about it. Will Dissly did drop a touchdown, and also Hayden Hurst probably dropped a touchdown or got it very, very close to the goal line to set up potentially a run in with Gus Edwards or whatnot. But either which way, short fields create great opportunities for the offense and to be able to make things happen. And the Titans are one of the worst in the red zone in the NFL. So it's great to see, man. Darius Davis, he's going to take one to the house. And I kind of have a feeling it's going to be next week against the Bengals. I feel like it's going to happen.
Soon, man. It's going to be soon for sure.
Yeah, definitely coming soon. So Darius Davis, shout out to you, man. You got wheels, bro. Double D is what I like to call him. Double D.
Oh, so amazing. And honestly, he's such a weapon, guys. I mean,
love it.
If he gets a lane at all, he could take 1,000. In fact, I remember when he almost took that one back. I was like, man, I'm kind of surprised we're even kicking it to him.
Yeah.
And then he brought it back. I mean, like 50 some yards. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So I think moving forward, they're probably not going to kick to him at all. They're just going to kick it out. You're just rarely going to see that moving forward. So yeah, we'll see.
Probably the right move at that point. But just let's go out there and throw out a shout out to Gus Edwards. I mean, he led the team in yards. He actually looked really, really healthy. Like, because I always felt like the first 4 games that he was playing with us, he just kind of seemed sluggish and just not really assertive with his runs. I felt like he played extremely well this game. And Andrew talked about it earlier, right? Like, the thing is, though, this team, if you got 2 running backs that could be highly effective, that's phenomenal for us. When's the last time the Chargers have had 2 running backs that know what the heck they're doing? Like, it's been a while. I could go back to the LT days, Michael Turner days or something like that. That's the first thing I think of. Like, one, and then you could even put Darren Sproles into that whole mix back in the days. So it's nice to be able to see that we got 2 good solid backs.
Yeah, and let's just make it clear. Everyone knows that my commentary is the best and most important
of
the Bolt Bros.
Oh, goodness gracious. This guy.
I mean, let's just hold on. Let's just say
this.
That's fine. We know that.
This room. Here,
yeah, that's right.
No.
With the clap. That's what I'm saying. With the clap. We all know it. No big deal. We all know it.
Oh goodness.
Hey, Miguel agrees. What's up, Miguel?
See, come on, Miguel.
So betrayed.
Come on, Miguel.
Ain't Dizzle ain't lying.
Minus 100 points to Miguel here.
Oh no.
Wow. This is harsh.
Okay. Wait. I'm taking 100 points away from Miguel and giving it to Bolt.
Oh no.
Dang.
No, not really. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
No, but to your point though, it is super exciting to see Gus Edwards be back because he's a physical guy, man. Like, it's tough that, like, again, we all love the idea of our rookie being out there as well, Kamani Vidal, but Gus Edwards is a veteran. That guy runs hard, and here's the thing. He also softens up the defense. Remember, he gets those tough yards, he'll hit them, and they won't play physical anymore. They're like, man, this guy is freaking big, dude, just knocking us out. Makes a big deal. Yeah.
Big difference. Makes a giant difference, man. And you got to love seeing it, man. You got to see the Gus bus is back in the house. And I took this photo from the broadcast, and I thought it was great. This was Bud Dupree and Tuli Tuipulotu on the sidelines. It looks like he was like swinging, like he was like knocking him out, dude, like a boxer, dude. And it was great. But I mean, they were both cooking in this game. Joey Bosa got a sack. I mean, it was just Puna Ford got in the mix. I mean, it was just awesome to see, guys. But they were playing out of their mind, and they were just out there shutting it down in the second half. And it was great to see, man. And Tuli, man, like, that guy's fun to watch, man. That dude is fun to watch, dude. And you got to love Tuli being out there, and especially being surrounded by so many good veterans, too. Like, it's awesome to see. That's
amazing. And again, it just goes to show you Bud Dupree is helping Tuli become better, right? And, everyone on this team, anyone we bring in, there's going to be a mix of veterans and younger players. I mean, just look at Cam Hart, look at Tarheeb Still. Those guys are just coming up, and you're bringing just a few people up every year, improving. It's exciting to see, right? This is how you build a championship team, right? For sure.
Big time. Hey, I was going to say, Jason kind of pointed out the Natron Means. You and also me too.
Yeah.
Over here.
Yeah.
So
actually, that's a good story. Yeah, James told him the story about that.
Great story. So we did a podcast for the Bolt. It was a Bolt family. Who is it? The Bolt? Well, it's basically
Bolt.
Was it a Bolt family? Yeah. What? Either which way. But anyways, it's a guy basically who is also basically the Chargers Bolt man kind of thing. Like, he is basically the guy that was putting together this whole thing. He had a bunch of players come over there. Sean Merriman, Natron Means, Anthony Miller, just to kind of throw it out there. It was really, really cool. But Natron Means is one of the guys that I've actually loved. That was the guy that really got me into the Chargers, and the guy that really, like, number 20, just bowling ball, just knocking people out, running the ball and everything. So we met him and everything like that. And the cool thing too, when he was there, I walked out of the podcast because we did a 4-hour podcast of the whole entire event. Yeah. And I walked out and I heard about these I can't hear it right here. These printer plates here, basically. These are the printer plates for the San Diego Union Tribune that printed when the Chargers went to the Super Bowl. And awesome. I was like, yes, take my money, please. No problem. So we got 2 of those. So Andrew got one, I got one. And then we had Natron Means sign it in front of us and get an authenticated for us too. It's awesome. And on top of that, we talked about short rib burritos with him and all this food and stuff. It was great. But
you wanted to go. So he's like, we got to go to get the short rib burritos.
Yeah, we got some short rib burritos. Oh, but man, it was honestly one of the coolest things. Yeah. And I mean, once again, Natron Means was that one guy that I absolutely loved. And I'm actually probably going to be buying a Natron Means signed jersey too. And I'll be hanging up in the background too. So, but awesome. Awesome story.
Absolutely. And he does look like Cedric the Entertainer now, though, by the way. I took a photo of him and I said to my buddies, like, hey, that's not Natron Means, that's Cedric the Entertainer. I was dying, dude. I was like, oh my gosh, you were so right. It was so hilarious. I was dying anyways. But he's such a cool dude, man. Great person. Amazing.
Yeah. Super awesome, man. It was great to be able to hang out with him for a bit, get to know who he is as a person. He's also coaching right now too at North Carolina too. Yep. So he is kind of one of those guys that is getting very involved in coaching. So it'd be really cool to be able to see him at some point get into the NFL and such too. But
he needs something. I mean, hey, he's the only Charger player to ever score a touchdown in our history. So it's like,
in a Super Bowl.
In a Super Bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, in our history, I was like, I mean,
we've got a lot of touchdowns in history, you know.
In Super Bowl history, I said. Yeah.
But very cool, man.
But again, look at highlighting Deion Henley right here. I'll tell you what, dude, Deion, you know, I don't know if you saw that video, the link I posted. The Chargers did an article about Deion Henley this week that was just, he's the prototypical linebacker that the NFL wants now. He's the guy because he can do coverage. He can play the run, he can get sacks. Now, you could argue all day, well, that's pretty much amazing, and it is, but I could see potentially safeties becoming bigger and just adding more muscle to their body and then trying to be converted to smaller size linebackers because of coverage skills, right? I mean, you know, I even made the comment a while ago, you know, Simi Fajoko's out, right? He's out for who knows how long, but add a few more, you know, add maybe 20 or 30 pounds to Simi Fehoko. He could be a good tight end. He's a very good blocking wide receiver. So I'm just saying, like, you know, what we're asking these linebackers to do, Deion Henley fits that mold perfectly. So,
gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. I love seeing the Ranger out there doing his thing, man. And, you know, it's crazy. I remember when we drafted him last year, and I shouldn't say I drafted him. The Chargers drafted them. I was like, dude, this guy's going to be the man. Like, he is going to be the man. But they were just very, very stuck on the linebackers they had last year because it was the boys club type situation. And then when Deion started playing later in the season, you're like, dude, this guy's got so much potential, can make a massive difference to this defense. And it's awesome to see that he's gotten this opportunity. I want to say that he's even got the green dot too on the defense.
Yeah, green dot. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's awesome to be able to see that he got to that point. Even you have Denzel Perryman on the other side of him, and Denzel basically being a veteran, you would kind of think he would be the guy. But, you know, Deion has stepped in and just grasped the role so well and has done a phenomenal job for us. So shout out to Deion, man. He's actually like one of my favorites right now too. I mean, that guy's, dude, and when we interviewed him, he's just an absolute, just awesome guy. Like, he could be my best friend for sure, dude. Like, we could be best buds anytime.
Yeah, and I'll say this. Remember what he said in our interview is like, you know what, man? Like, he said, you know, I could have been a wide receiver. I could have been a tight end. He could have been a lot of different things, man. You know, he's that type of athlete, right? And so, you know, but he said, I'm right where I need to be. I know I'm going to be that guy. And you know what? He's going to get paid. He's going to be one of the highest paid linebackers in the NFL here very shortly. So it's exciting to see.
Good.
It's exciting to see.
Gotta love it, man. But that defense is ripping and roaring, man. And this is the first time I've seen in a long time that I feel confident about our defense. You know, shut games down for once, man. Finally. Yeah, here we go. Andrew talking about the softball season.
I just hit home runs, guys. I just hit it over the fence. I don't want to run. I don't want to run. I just want to hit it over the fence every time. No big deal. I got scouts looking at me. No big deal. I got scouts.
You're
scouts.
basically like Babe Ruth.
I'm Babe Ruth. That's what I am. I'm Babe Ruth.
Didn't we talk to some scouts at that Padre game one time? You know, that was weird.
He wasn't impressed. I said, hey, man, I hit 4 home runs in a single game, dude. And he didn't even talk to me. I was like, whoa. Bro, you want to have a conversation? I mean, what's going on here?
He didn't even flinch. He just kept looking out in the field, dude. He was just
Yep. He just said,
anyways, keep it moving.
I mean, his loss, bro. That's all I'm saying. It's his loss. You know what I'm saying? It's his loss.
I think he was a scout for the Giants, so maybe that's cool. Like you were hoping for a Padres scout.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, Giants, they stupid. You know what I mean? There you go. Oh, there we go. Big League Chew, dude. Big League Chew. I like that. I like that.
Big League Chew, dude. Jeez, how sick would that be?
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Well, guys, I know there's more football going on tonight as well too, but we can wrap up with kind of our final thoughts. I'll just go. Look, this team is still ascending. I think there's even more upside with this team. These next few games are the big games. We got to take care of business with the Bengals. We just got to shut them down. We get that win. We'll be 7-3 at that point. Ooh, we're gonna be fine. Yes, and I'm still dating Kay Adams. We're doing a lot of I slid into her DMs a while ago.
It's a very complex
under the covers. Keep it down low.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, just keep it down low. Just we don't.
It's a lot like that scout. He said something to her and she ignored him.
No.
Just like
nothing like that. Nothing like
blocked
that.
No.
We're in love. We're in love. We're taking it easy, guys. I'm just saying. It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
But anyhow, look, I'm just saying. Hey, it's gonna be special, but we got to take care of business, and then it gets tough. So that's my final thoughts.
No doubt.
Right. Well, I think my biggest takeaways is that we've now had 3 games that have been now really decisive games, that the Chargers have arrived. And we're really on this good upward trajectory, but we need to actually keep that momentum going. So going into this week is important because the Bengals are coming off that mini bye week, because they played Thursday and now they're going to be playing Sunday night. That's basically as the longest you can get outside of going from Thursday to a Monday game. I don't know if anyone does that, but so it's going to be, and they're going to be hungry for that win because they need it, in order to have any chance of anything.
True.
And so, obviously, we need it too, though. So they're playing for keeps, and we need to come to the table with that same intensity. We can't let anything slip up. We got to I hope that they coach them up really well this week to make sure that they stay focused because. After the Bengals, it gets really tough, real fast. So we're excited.
Yeah, no, most definitely. I mean, I think the one thing, that's funny. The one thing that I'll say for last comments is going from this game and just kind of moving forward, we got to find ways to basically clean up the little mistakes. I think that kind of defensively we're a little kind of stumbling a little bit. We're not making the right tackles and everything, but you did have a second half that really found a good way to basically solidify this game and lock it down essentially. So clean up the mistakes, be ready. Because once again, teams that are better from this point, let those mistakes become exploited and you find ways to basically beat that team. So you got to lock down these mistakes, be better at tackling because once again, like I said, better teams will find ways to score on you if you start screwing up a little bit.
100% right. And again, it's all about playing clean, right? It's all about not making mistakes, not giving them yards. And again, to your point though, too, James, you said this at the very beginning, that we didn't tackle great. We were taking bad angles. There's a few things that needed to be cleaned up, right?
Yep.
And guys, and here's the thing. This coaching staff is going to clean them up. They're going to coach them up and say, hey, you did this wrong. You did this wrong. And this just goes to show you how much better they're being coached than with BS as our head coach. Because remember when we interviewed Asante Samuel? It just go back to that interview. You could just tell that he was giving information, but kind of confusing people all at the same time, right?
Yeah.
I think they're keeping it very simple. They're not making it hard to understand and letting them go out there and play free, which is amazing. Yep. So, anyways, guys, I think sky's the limit for this team moving forward. So,
absolutely.
All right, guys. All right. Well, we're the Boat Bros. We'll see you guys. You guys know we're going to give you content during the week. You guys know that. So
stay tuned.
All right. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Boat Bros.
Boat Bros.
Go.
Hey, what's up? Cameron Dick here watching the Boat Bros podcast. Let's go.